Oh my god. Athena. She's free. Athena is free. Athena, you're free. What's up, it's a culture detective here investigating your favorite albums, and today I'm going to do an album review on the latest Panopticon album, And Again Into the Light. Panopticon is a Minnesota black metal band, and this is their latest album, And Again Into the Light. Yeah, so I finished 3 courses in my college this semester, out of the 4, and that's huge relief. But do you know what's more of a relief? It would be that I have actually somehow finished shooting my short film. I haven't edited it yet, but the shooting is finally done, and it's relieving. So, let's review some music instead. Austin L. Lund, aka the frontman of Panopticon, has been dropping album after album throughout the 2010s, and all of his albums have been pretty critically acclaimed, and Panopticon has become one of the most important black metal bands of the 2010s. And yeah, they essentially fuse black metal, atmospheric black metal, with genres like Americana and American folk, and they blend them so well together. It gives such a dramatic and powerful and emotional sound. And what I really love about black metal when I listen to good black metal music is how dramatic and how emotional black metal can be. So, Panopticon, they're really good at this, and they definitely show this on their latest album. We have the title track, which is a very sad, stripped-back ballad with moving vocals. It is very dramatic, very dreary, and we even have these gorgeous strings on top of it, which then leads into the second track, Dead Loons, which is a cathartic, thunderous metal track, which is really long as expected. And then we have these tragic orchestral arrangements on top of this song in order to make it even more tragic. It's so emotional. We have Rope Burn Exit, which is kind of similar to Dead Loons, except even more straightforward, heavier. We have very guttural vocals, very loud blast beats, and while I think the production on this track is a little bit too straightforward, where essentially every instrumental come together and just scream, but the ending to the track is beautiful, and I have to give it that. A Snowless Winter is another really good track. We have these very super heavy guitars, heavier than ever on the album, and they're all screaming and wailing, but at the same time they are sort of paired with these really grim chords, and this track just feels like a really dramatically low point emotionally on this album, and it really is grim. Then we have Moth Eaten Soul with the almost death metal flavor chromatic guitar riffs, but at the same time paired with very atmospheric and somewhat spacey production, and it sort of creates a pretty interesting product, and once again it sounds fantastic. The production, the musicianship, it is really on point. And we also have this strings and bells section towards the last leg of the track, which is really beautiful. And then we have As Golden Laughter Echoes, which is a folk interlude, instrumental interlude with Americana instrumentals, as in, when I first heard it, I thought I was listening to banjos. I was like, what, is that banjos? Are they playing banjos? But it's got to be something around that category over there, and it's a really interesting taste, a really interesting flavor to the album, and it just leads into the Embers At Dawn really beautifully, where essentially we have this post-rock flavored, folky, slow black metal track, which is one of the most powerful tracks on the entire album, simultaneously one of the most depressing. It really becomes tear-jerking and immense. And yeah, I mean, I've heard a great deal of black metal albums that are also really emotional, but they're just great every single time I hear them. And then finally, we have the track No Hope, which is one final dramatic plunge in the album, and I really like the bright and hopeful chords. We even have some vocal samples where a person talks about art and dreams. But that being said, though, I have heard many albums, rock albums, metal albums, where the band essentially tries to wrap up the album with one final dramatic plunge, and same goes for this album. So it's nothing all that out there, nothing all that crazy, nothing all that special. A really solid ending, sure. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. This is a really great album. It's emotional, it's immense, and it's another great Panopticon album. My favorite track here is Dead Loons, The Embers at Dawn, actually. My least favorite is No Hope. I'm giving Panopticon and again Into the Light 8 out of 10. So, have you listened to the latest Panopticon album? For 1 to 10, how much you rate it? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching. I have a lot of albums to review. So, I will be reviewing the latest Serenity album for y'all Hong Konger viewers. Be sure to check out this one. King Giz has just released a new album, so I have that to look forward to. Chai, Cemetery, Japanese Breakfast. Yeah. Maybe I will review Mdao Mokhtar. Maybe. And I also can't forget about Sweet Trip, Blade, and the new Backswash album, which will be released sometime from now in the same month.